What is up, GGs? Welcome back to another Q&A. I asked you guys to submit some questions via Instagram stories, so I basically screenshotted my favorite ones. So let's get into them. In your opinion, how good does someone need to be to upload covers to YouTube? I feel like I'm going to have quite a few people disagree with me on this, but I don't feel like there's a standard, like a bar set to how good you need to be. I mean, we definitely see a lot of really polished covers by a lot of musicians that are obviously very, very good at what they do, very talented, put a lot of time and effort into their covers, whether they are super produced music video pieces or just like a raw sit down video type thing. But I remember back when I first started YouTube, before I even started teaching guitar, I just posted covers and I thought I was pretty good. I didn't think I was like the best, but I thought I was like good enough to post covers on YouTube. I was riding shotgun with the hair undone in the front seat of his car. Got a one-hand free. I remember I used to cringe looking back at those videos because I was just like, wow, my singing and my guitar playing have come a really, really long way. And so thinking about it, it seems kind of silly waiting for the perfect time to upload your first cover, because no matter what, I feel like all of us that put up covers or any kind of videos always look back and just kind of sometimes cringe a little bit. But that's okay, because YouTube is kind of like this video diary catalog where you can look back and see how far you've come. And I think that's such an amazing thing to actually be able to witness the growth. And it's scary kind of opening up yourself to people all over the world that can just, comment anything under your video. But no matter how good you are, people are still going to hate on you. I mean, I see so many just amazingly talented people get hate comments all the time. And so don't be afraid if you think that you kind of suck or that you're not that great yet, because there are going to be people that leave positive comments on your videos and probably leave some constructive criticism, which is honestly so amazing to be able to have that feedback, because it can really help improve your skills. You can be like, oh, you know what? They're right about that. Maybe I can work on my breath support, or maybe I can work on, how I connect with the audience. I mean, there are so many great positives to just putting yourself out there. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Practice, obviously, like rehearse as best as you can, and then just put it out there and see what people think, and be open to constructive criticism. Don't take it harshly, because constructive criticism is beneficial to you if you are open to it and you use it as fuel to help better yourself as a musician. How did you start making YouTube videos? Was it easy from the start? Obstacles. So I started making YouTube videos while I was a student, and it was just a hobby of mine, and I used this really old MacBook from 2008. It was the chunky white MacBook, and that's where I filmed, edited, and uploaded all my videos, and that's where I started. And the obstacles along the way, I would say the biggest obstacle that I had was dealing with copyright issues. That was more so 2014, that's when it really got bad, and I had 2 copyright strikes. YouTube really started cracking down on copyright, but now everything is so much better. They have partnerships or deals with different publishers and record labels, and so now you can upload covers to YouTube, and it's amazing. Please show us your camera setup. So I actually have a video on my entire filming setup and a little bit of my editing setup as well, so you can see that. So I will link that down below in the description box, and you can check that out. Ooh, here's a fun question. Would you rather lose all of your subscribers on YouTube or lose all of your guitars? I would rather lose, as much as this is gonna shock people, maybe it won't shock you. I feel like there's this part of me that would kind of accept it as a challenge, and I would just rise like a phoenix from the ashes and be like, I'm gonna start a brand new YouTube channel and I'm just gonna build it from the ground up. But if I did lose all my YouTube subscribers, you guys would still know who I am and you guys would still search for me. It would definitely suck, but I'm so optimistic that it wouldn't even throw me. What are your best tips for playing guitar in public, and are you traveling more? I am actually going on a trip next month. You guys are gonna hear about it more soon. I don't wanna say anything yet, but I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to share it. I just have to, I gotta keep it to myself for right now, but when I can tell you, I'll tell you guys. But my best tips for playing guitar in public. So if you're looking to start playing gigs in your local area, the best things that you can do to make sure that you have a successful start is to practice even more, and build a set list of songs that you are confident that you know like the back of your hand. Just start with like a good half-hour set of like 10 to 15 songs, something like that, and songs that you know really well, you feel confident playing, you've gotten feedback from like family and friends like, oh, this is a song that just fits so perfectly with you. Build that set list. Keep it on your phone. Like, that is literally the best thing that you can do. Like, I do this during gigs, is I usually have my phone, I turn my display to where it just doesn't shut off, and then I have like a notes app where I just put my list of songs, if there's a capo, the tuning, whatever it may be, and I just update that set list as needed if there's like a new song I want to add or a song that I want to take away, and I kind of just feel it out. And I actually used to gig regularly years ago, and then I kind of stopped for a bit because I moved and stuff, and just like life changes, and I just focused more on YouTube. But I've been slowly getting myself back out there with gigs again, just kind of getting my feet wet because I'm a little bit rusty. But I played at the Clever Cup Coffee House in Siesta Key, Florida. And then I played a gig out in Anaheim, California at VidCon, and that was such an amazing experience to be able to do that. Just like go to like I was invited to go to VidCon and play that. That was amazing. But that coffee shop gig was so much fun too. I really love that. So see what kind of local places that you have in your town, like whether they're coffee shops or it might be a bar. It might be a restaurant and lounge. Maybe it's a school and they have like an event going on, like your school's talent show. Just see what's around and kind of just feel it out. But let me tell you, you can practice as much as you want in your bedroom or wherever in your house, but it's nothing like actually like doing the real thing in front of a live audience. That is practice in itself. Just like actually performing the gig is real-time practice that is going to help prep you for future gigs that you do, because you are real-time interacting with that audience and you are feeling the feedback that they are giving you. And it's scary doing that first gig, but it's so rewarding, and you just have to put yourself out there. What was your first gig like, and what would you change or not change about it? So my first gig, I remember it was at a movie theater, interestingly enough. It's this local kind of like throwback old-fashioned theater where it's literally just one theater, and it has like all the pretty like lights outside, like has a marquee, you know, and we knew some family friends who owned the theater, and they said, hey, you should play a half-hour set before the movie starts. And so this theater actually has a stage in front of the screen. So it was really cool because I was right there in front of all of the seating, and I had a place where I could set up all of my equipment, my speaker, mixer, mic, all of that stuff. And I remember shaking. Like the first two songs were the hardest for me to get through, but I got through them. I remember feeling my voice was quivering, my hands were shaking while I was playing the guitar, but I wasn't playing anything super crazy, so it was like really easy to get through. I think they were just like Taylor Swift songs or something like that, so they were like just really like easy to remember for me. I knew them so well because duh, Taylor Swift. And yeah, I just remember it being a really amazing first gig experience. There were probably about 100 or so people in the audience because it was a theater, and feedback was amazing. Like, people were super kind and friendly. And then when I got done, the guy that was like the manager of the theater, he like gave me, like, he paid me in cash, and I didn't even expect to get paid for this gig. I was just excited just to play the gig, but he like paid me, and then he was like, hey, help yourself to some popcorn, refreshments, and if you want to stay and watch the movie, you can stay and watch the movie. And I was like, yes, great, you know, like, you had me at popcorn. I mean, if you know me, if you really know me, you know that I have an obsession with popcorn. It is one of my favorite snacks. Offering me free popcorn in a movie theater, you don't know what you just got yourself into. So not only did I have an amazing first gig experience where I was basically on a high that I got to perform in front of a crowd, which was really cool, but I got paid, and then I got offered refreshments and a movie. Like, I can't think of any other top-notch first gig experience goals that I could reach. Like, I feel like I knocked them all out in my first gig. And I don't really remember too much of it, but it probably wasn't, you know, my best gig ever. You know, there were probably some things that I had messed up on or whatever, but I don't remember. I just remember it being amazing. So I don't think there's anything that I would change, or like, I wouldn't change anything about it. There's nothing, like, I don't look back and I'm like, ugh. I'm excited when I look back at it. I'm like proud. Where's Lipo been? You should tell me that, buddy. You should tell me where you've been, because I would like to know. For those of you that don't know, Lipo is one of my really good friends. His real name's actually Eli, short for Eliezer, but I call him Lipo. It's kind of like his family's nickname. And so I know him by Lipo. It's kind of weird calling him Eli. But I've actually had him on the channel before teaching Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band, and we just bond over our love for country music. And
so today I'm taking over Michelle's tutorial channel. Today it's all about Eli. If those of you who don't know me, I'm Michelle's twin, the prettier one.
We look so alike, oh my gosh.
I think the only thing that's different is that I might be brown.
You've been out in the sun more than me.
She shaves the beard every morning.
I'm gonna kick your butt. This guy just really needs to be signed to a label. He is just like country, I mean, like inside and out. Like, his voice is just like honey, like butterscotch, like country goodness. Lipo, if you're watching this, we definitely gotta get together and jam again and do some covers, maybe tutorial, something. It has been way too, yeah, so let me know where you are and hit me up when you're free, and we will get together and we will jam. Is Dwight from The Office better looking than Jim? I think this question came about because I posted on my story, I want to say about a month ago. Somebody commented under one of my videos that I reminded them of Pam Beesly from The Office, which, amazing compliment, by the way, because I adore Pam Beesly and I feel like I relate to her on so many different levels that we're not going to get into. But I put that she also has the most charming guy in The Office, Jim, and I have the biggest crush on John Krasinski. Like, he is my celebrity crush. So of course I'm gonna think that he is more attractive than Dwight, but Dwight has a special place in my heart, so don't think that I'm just like throwing Dwight to the side. I wouldn't want to date Dwight, but I feel like he and I could be friends. He and Pam are kind of friendly towards each other. Like, I feel like we would get along. We wouldn't be best friends, but I feel like we would be allies in The Office. And I love Dwight. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. But I'm gonna have to say Jim is more attractive than Dwight. So that is going to be it for this month's Q&A. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out and for submitting your questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours. There's just so many, and I always just try to pick different ones. But I will be collecting questions again at the end of this month, again on Instagram. So make sure you're following me at Guitar Goddess TV, and I'll probably collect them from my stories again. I really love that feature. I think it's so much fun. So I'll collect them at the end of this month and then post the video sometime early October. So stay tuned for that. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!